Everyone, I welcome you all to this video. And in this video, we will take an example to understand the difference between the where clause and the having clause, because you can expect this question in the interviews. So again, we have our sales database selected. You can see here at the top. And now let's run a simple select statement to see the data first. So I will write select star from dbo.sales. This is the table that we have. Now simply click on execute. Whatever is written on this query window will be executed. And you can see that this is the data that we have. Now let's say there's a requirement and you are told that you need to filter those records out from this table, which are having the total amount value less than, let's say, 160, less than or equal to 160. So what we can do, we can simply use the where clause. So we can write select star from DBO sales where total amount is greater than equal to, let's say, 161, because including 160 and below 160 are to be excluded from the data set. So I will now select the statement written in line 3 and 4. And now let's see what is the output. So we are left only and only with 5 records, right? So we filtered out some of the records by using the where condition. So where condition is used when you want to filter out some of the records in the data set. Now, let's say there's a condition that is given to you that in the data set, let's run a simple select statement again to see the data that we have. Select star from dbo.sales, Control E. So you can see this is the data that we have. Now you are told that for each one of the product category, you have to find out the total sales, right? So in order to find out the total sales value, we can simply write select, and we want total sales for each product ID. So we can write select product ID, comma, sum of total amount, provide an alias name as sum of sales, then dbo.sales, and then we need to write group by. So group by product ID, as we have discussed in the previous sessions. If I will execute the statement written in line 8 and 9, so then you can see that we were able to group the data, and for each product ID group, the sum of sales is being shown. Now, what if I tell you that you need to provide a filter on these grouped records that you can see now on the screen? So if you want to apply a filter on these grouped records, for that purpose, you can use having clause. So after the group by clause, we can mention having, and we can write, let's say we want only those product IDs where the sum of sales is less than 700. So we can write having your sum of total amount less than 700. And if I will now execute the statement written in line 8 to 10, you will see that we are only left with product ID 2 and 3. Fine. So having clause was used to filter the grouped records, while we use the where condition to simply filter the records in our table that we had. Now let's say there is a requirement where you have to find out the total sales amount for different product IDs, where the total amount is greater than equal to 161. So we can write a select statement for that. And how we can write that? So we can simply write select product ID, comma, sum of total amount, and then in these square brackets, we can write sum of sales from the table that is from dbo.sales. And here we want to find the sum of the total amount and product ID only for those records corresponding to those records where the total amount is greater than equal to 161. So let's copy this condition from line 4 and let's paste it in line 13. So we have now applied a where condition on the table, right? So we will be able to filter out those records. And now, since we want that the total amount has to be shown for distinct product ID groups. So we will have to use group by as well. So we will write group by, and you can see that in the select statement, we have two columns. One is product ID, second one is total amount. So on total amount, the aggregate function sum is being used. So no need to mention it in the group by clause, but for product ID, no such aggregation is being used, and it is present in the select statement. So copy it and paste it here after the group by clause. And now let's say there is one more condition that we want to apply, but we will discuss about that condition just after executing this statement. So first of all, I will select the select statement written in line 12 to 14 and will execute it. So you can see now for each one of the product IDs, the sum of sales is being shown, but the sum of sales values have changed, right? The values have changed because we have applied this condition on the filtered records. We applied the condition on the table that consider only those records where the total amount is greater than or equal to 161. So that's why the output changed with respect to the previous output when the sales for different product IDs were being shown. Now let's say on this grouped outcome that you can see, which is highlighted in blue as of now on the screen, we further want to filter the records and we want to view only that data where the sum of sales is greater than or equal to, let's say, 250. So we can use having clause for that purpose. So after the group by product ID part that we have written, I'll come to line 15 and I will write having your sum of total amount greater than or equal to 250. So as of now, you can see that we are having a total of 3 records. For the first record, that is product ID equal to 1, the sum of sales is 200. But we want to filter that out. So now if I will execute the statement written from line 12 to 15, and you will see that only 2 records remain. So we used the where clause to filter out records in the main table that we had, and we used having clause to apply filter on the grouped records that we generated. So that's the difference between where and having clause, and you should consider this example because again, you can expect questions like this in the interviews. And let's say the output that we can see in the the results that we can see now, which is highlighted in blue as of now on the screen. Let's say we further want to order this output in the let's say descending order of the product ID column. So what we can do after using the having clause, we can write an order by clause as well. And we can write order by product ID. And since we want the output to be ordered in the descending order of the product ID, so we will have to mention keyword DESC just after the product ID column in the order by clause. So as of now in the output, you can see that product ID 2 appears first, but since we want to sort this output in the descending order of the product ID, so now let's execute the select statement written from line 12 to 16 and let's see what is the change in the output. So you can see that product ID 3 appears first now, right? Because we have sorted the result in the descending order of the product ID column. And what if you were told that you need to sort this result in the ascending order of the sum of sales column? Then how you can achieve that? So in place of, we will remove this product ID, or maybe I will keep it written here only. So product ID descending, and then I will copy this statement and I'll create a new statement in the next line, that is line 18. And in place of product ID DESC, we will mention sum of total amount. And since we want to sort in the ascending order of the sum of total amount, so no need to mention the keyword ASC, or you may write ASC keyword if you want to in the order by clause. So now if I'll execute the statement written from line 18 to 22, you will see that this is the output and this is sorted in the ascending order of sum of sales column. So you can expect questions on where and having clause in the interviews. So that's why we have discussed this example. And I hope this video was helpful. We'll meet in the next session. We'll discuss about other concepts and other questions. We'll discuss about joins in the upcoming sessions. So I hope this video was helpful. We'll meet in the next session. Till then, thank you. Bye-bye.